Hello. Today, I would like to speak about higher self, messages from the 25th dimension. And this is the first part of my QHHT hypnosis session that I had back in August and that I've been waiting to release because it has been so mind-blowing for me in so many ways. This is Clea Annecchiarico and this is Clea's World. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. And absolutely, I would love to hear from you, so leave a comment. I read all of them. Before we get started, I would like to say a couple of things. One, I'm going to get through as much as I can of the session, but it was 2 hours of solid information, so I will probably end up splitting these videos into several parts. Also to keep this more mentally manageable, because most of the information I received in this download, let's call it that, is not widely available, or I have never encountered it in all my studying about spirituality and so on. There are concepts that were explained to me that I even argued with as I was downloading them. And I was arguing in my mind with the 25th dimension as they were bringing these messages to me. The second thing that I think is very important to bring up is that there are some things that might appear to be fearful, or that might appear to be sad, but the fact is everything, and I can talk from personal experience because I felt how these messages came through to me, everything is meant to be comforting. And the cosmology, the way it was explained to me, the cosmology of the universe is meant to be reassuring for us, that in the sense that we choose everything, we have chosen everything, we have created everything. So, and you will know what I refer to as we go through it. There are parts where they say that certain things are going to happen, but again, it's not to initiate a negative response. It's really to give us a timeline and guidance as to what is coming, and to let us know that we are choosing this because this is what we want, and not just collectively, but individually as well. I have cut out some parts of this session that are irrelevant to the collective. However, I have left some of the personal answers I received to personal questions, because they are universal messages, and you will see from these answers given to me for my own personal situation what I mean by that and how they look at these things. But the other thing I wanted to say is that every once in a while during this transcript, during the session, I would be asking questions in the middle of my downloads. I would be asking questions, and that was me, my ego mind, going in and interacting with the 25th dimension or the 14th dimension, wherever I happened to be at that time, to find out what was going on. So there would be not only the practitioner asking questions, but also myself, because we both wanted to understand. This is to say that even during this hypnosis, I was not gone. My ego mind was in the back of my mind, meaning it was in the back as compared to the higher self that was coming in, the higher self information. And so I also had the ability not only to think about what I was hearing, but then also interact, ask questions, and so on. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. Carolyn, can you tell me what you see? Me. So there is a city. It looks like it's round, so maybe it's a planet. I don't know. It's almost like a city that's standing on a sphere. It's a city of tall, white buildings, and they look like conic shapes almost. They look almost like it's a castle. It's a very majestic city, and it's all white, and it's almost like it's crystal, it's shiny. And that's the place beyond the dark, and it's floating in the sky. Carolyn, so it's actually floating. Me, yes. Carolyn, so it's floating itself as if it's a planet. Me, yes. Carolyn, Can you describe the area around the floating city? Me. So it's like the sky. It's this blue sky, like daylight. Looks like a happy scene, like you see this little planet, this beautiful city on it, and it's just in the sky. Carolyn. So do you have a sense that you're part of the city, that you belong there? Me. I don't know. I guess so. I mean, if I'm connected somehow to it, because this is why I'm seeing it. I don't know if that's where I come from. Why am I seeing this thing? Yeah. So now I'm inside a hall, inside the council. And yeah, so that's why I have some connection there. I don't know what the connection is, but I know these people. It's not a person. It's like I'm there to report on something and there are people waiting. Carolyn, so can you clarify? It's not like a person. Can you describe that? Me, I don't see their bodies. Okay, now I see their bodies. It's almost like a hall inside this place and they're talking to me. It's almost like a conference, but it's not a conference. It's like we know each other. So we made a plan and we're doing something. I don't know if I'm reporting or I'm just chatting with them about something. Carolyn, can you describe their bodies? Me. They're like people. They look like people, but they're wearing, it almost feels like it's in the Middle Ages. They feel like, but there is no time. They were just waiting there. It's almost like I'm reporting back. And these are important people. It's like a council of some sort. It's almost like I was on a mission or something. And I'm telling them what's going on. And there's one sitting on the left of the table, in the middle of the long side of the table. There's one sitting on the left at the head of the table, and there's another person on the right. There's a bunch of people behind it, but it's informal. It's not like they're in a row like you would have in a conference, a business conference. There's probably like 4 or 5 of them. 4. Carolyn, in this mission, what are you reporting back to them? Me. I was a scout. I think I scouted out something. They told me to go and figure out what's going on. And where am I going? Where did I figure this out? So I'm from Earth. So I went back and I'm telling them, okay, here's what we're looking at. And this was part of our mission. They're part of the mission like I am. They're not superiors. We all decided. So here's what we're going to do. I said, okay, I'm going to go take a look. And I'm back and I'm telling them what we're supposed to do, what we're going to do with this information. Carolyn, so you're all scouts and you're all coming back to connect? Me, no, they were sitting there waiting for me. Carolyn, okay, can you describe your feet? Can you see your feet? Me, yeah, I look like a human, I think. What do I have on my feet? Yeah, I think I have shoes. They look normal. They look like normal people. The one on the left looks like a woman because she has a gown on. The other ones are more like pants. They don't look like her clothing though. That's why I was thinking it looks medieval in a way. It's just tunics, flowy clothes. Carolyn, so non-restricted. Me. Right, very simple though, not a lot of colors. They look brown, like a light brown. Carolyn, so can you tell me the significance of this day? Me, I asked, why does this matter? And I got back, because this is who you are. They literally said, this is who I am. I don't know who these people are, but apparently this is who I am. And that's why they showed me this, because they show me this is what I came to do. Carolyn, you came to do on Earth? Me. Yeah, I came to look at things so we can strategize and we can decide what to do. Carolyn, can you tell me what, prior to you being able to view in the planet, where were you at? Were you on a vessel in some type of travel craft? Me, no, I can just go in and out and then just float. I don't have any restrictions. I can do whatever I want. Carolyn, so physically you don't have any restrictions. Me, no. Carolyn, so does it allow you to go from your place of origin to Earth with ease? Me, yeah, I can go anytime I want. Carolyn, and how quickly can you do that? Me, I can do that in a second, no time. Carolyn, time is me, irrelevant. Time is not real. Carolyn, so do you have a sense of how old this being is? Me, I'm laughing. So the answer I got is that I am forever. So I'm asking if they're all forever. Yeah, we've always been there. Carolyn, beautiful. Me, we will always be there. Carolyn, can you tell us where you are located, where this place is that you come from? Me. So this is a very high dimension. I get the answer that it's the 14th dimension, but it's not. Weird. It's not, it's everything. So it's like this place can be anything. So it can be, they're telling me it's the 20-something dimension too. That's weird. So let me see if they can explain. So it's all connected, and they're saying it's like it doesn't matter. They're showing the planet lives in the 14th dimension, but they can go up like 25th dimension. That planet where they have their stuff, the building, basically the manifestation is happening in the 14th dimension. But it's just like saying you're going to a conference room, but we are not from the 14th. We are the 25th dimension. Carolyn, so can I know who I'm speaking to? Me. I'm sorry, you're asking me a question? I think I was very far away at this point. Carolyn, can I know who I'm speaking with? Me. I am everything. Carolyn, you are everything? Me, the light. Carolyn, you are the light? Me, we are. Carolyn, we are the light. Me, we are the light. We are everything and everyone. We are consciousness of everything. Carolyn, so to be able to go from the 14th, which is much higher than currently humans believe they can go, you have chosen to be part of this human. Can you tell us why? Me, it's fun. And I was laughing. Carolyn, it's fun. Me, still laughing. Yeah, it's fun. It's just different. There's nothing where we are. In the 25th dimension, it's all dark. There's nothing. That's why we meet in the 14th dimension, so we can hang out with things around us. Carolyn, so what is the purpose of ascending to such a high dimension when there are no experiences? Me, we all come from there because of source, and sometimes because we can. We just do it because we can. We go and create new stuff, and it's all the same. It's all equal. It's all fun stuff. It's just, we see how many different things we can create. Carolyn, so is that part of the experience, is to create? Me, it's fun. Otherwise, it's all dark here. It's boring. We're all one, like we're not, there is no limitation here. It's all the same. It's all dark. You feel everything. We feel everything. We have no individuality. We are not people. So we go down in the 14th. We pretend we're people by ourselves in individual bodies. And then we go down to places like Earth and just pretend that we have bodies and trying things out, like walk on the grass. It's just a, Carolyn, so how does it feel to walk on the grass for you? Me, I love it, love it. Carolyn, so when you ascend back to the 25th, or you're moving back between the dimensions, is there a, I know we're close to source at the 25th, but is that a place to rest, to regroup, to, I guess, be part of the one? Then do we come back to play? Me, we are not individuals. We are not even a collective. We are like air. We are all there is. We don't come back here to rest. We go out to places to distract ourselves. This is who we are at all times. Carolyn. So in non-human form, then there is no stress. There is no anxiety. There is no worry. There is no anger or hatred. It's all bliss. Me laughing. Oh my God. So there is none of that on earth either. This is what they were telling me. There is no anger, anything. We're just pretending. We're just like, hey, let's try that on. Carolyn laughing. So we try it all like a hat. Me. Yeah, we don't even believe it. We're like pretending to keep ourselves in that state so we can actually at least make it believable, like it's a play. It's like it's not even that we're bored. It's like there's really nothing here. There is nothing here. And so we're like, every once in a while, this is infinite. Every once in a while, these little existences are like a second. We go and have a life, and it's like a second. Carolyn. So it's just like a blip. Me, it's a blip. Most of the time, we're just here floating and hanging out. It's like this immense space. And I know we're all one, but it's not separate people in the collective. We're not people, we're essence. That's what they're telling me, we're essence. Carolyn, I love that word. We are essence. So other essences, do they have to go through, is it part of the, how we learn? Do we have to go through these experiences to gain experience? Me, no. We are just bored. Carolyn laughs. Me. And every once in a while, we're like, hey, why don't I do that? Or look what I did. It is so little in the space of time that there is no time. We just are. And it's so long who we are. I was laughing at this point. I don't even know how to explain this, that we get like, oh, why not? When I do this, we come back for eons. The stuff that happens on these planets is just not real. We keep it because at least we have a place to go for recreation. Carolyn, that's what I was going to ask you. Like, it's like a vacation in human terms. Me. Why are they going to 14th and then, let me find out. Why did we set up this whole thing? This was me asking, the 25th dimension. Carolyn, why have you set up this whole thing? Why this illusion? Me. It's just the end of the plot. We created a play and it's the end. There is no benefit. There is no the ascension. We're already ascended. There is nothing is going to happen. We're already here. We're all up here. And the rest is just like it's nothing. Carolyn. So the question is, how do we end this play and move on to a more interesting play? Me. Yeah, it's a little boring, the play. It's over. It's the end. It's the end. And it was what it was. It's not but it wasn't like happy, like a comedy. It was more like a play. For some people, it was more like a comedy, but it was more like a play that leaves you a little bit like a movie that was, Carolyn, kind of melancholy. Me, yeah, it wasn't a great movie. We did not do great with that one. It was a little bit on the dark side. We're ready for something lighter. Carolyn. So why was the dark allowed to come in and change that? Because I don't know necessarily, was that the intention to have such contrast? Me. So, okay. So you know how I went to the 14th dimension to pretend that we now have bodies and places? Carolyn, right. Like you went and scouted. Me. Some other people. So the 14th dimension is where we did, it's almost like a breakout room where we actually are embodied, in quotes. And there are other people from here who are just like us, part of us, who went to a different planet and pretended it was an evil plan. So it's almost like we got a white castle and they got a black castle kind of thing. I'm not saying they have a black castle. I have no idea. But it's almost like it's just another difference, another form of reality. Carolyn, another stage? Me. Yeah. And they are also very high dimensional beings, and they decided this is what they were going to do. We're making it interesting because it's a game. So it's almost like when you play hide and seek. Not hide and seek. What is that game with Indians and like somebody chases somebody else? Carolyn, cowboys and Indians? Me, yes. And you're like, okay, we're the cowboys, they're the Indians, or vice versa. And we have to pretend we're against each other just to make it interesting. But it did become a little dark. That's why we're bored. We're like moving on from here. Everyone is moving on. Even the dark are moving on. So everybody from the 25th dimension, we're like, yeah, we're done with this one. Let's do something different. Carolyn. So because you're a higher being from a higher dimension coming to Earth, there is this kind of role playing or play acting through every dimension in between. Me. All that is real is us up here. Everything else we created. It's our imagination. Carolyn, including the dimensions? Me. There's only us. We do everything. It all comes from us. Source lets us do this because Source lets us do whatever we want. And we're just hanging out all the time, forever and ever. And every once in a while, we decide to try something just to do something different. Carolyn, so then you also then choose to come to Earth and be an earthworm or a lizard or a monkey or a snake. You choose those as well? Me. We create the planet complete for us to come in. They exist before we got here. We created it, but we did not. We can come in. We can come into some of these things. I don't feel I'm not incarnated in any of those. I don't feel that many of us incarnate in the animals. Carolyn, but some do. Are they a separate me? It's a separate group. It's a separate, like when we go down to the different dimensions. Carolyn, yes. Me, it's a separate group that chooses to incarnate like that, like them, the animals. Carolyn, because it's a different experience? Me, yes, yes. We're all on different teams and we pretend to have different roles. So there are some that incarnate as the animals, but we all created this planet together and then decided this was going to be a playground. And then different groups, different teams decided to take on a different side of the story. So one team created all the animals, or maybe different teams. More than one team created all the animals, or not created, they came into the animals. There was a team that came in to play the bad guys. And it was a team of us that came in to, save the world and go on a mission. It's exciting, but we're all tired. We're all done, including the animals. Carolyn, all tired of playing this play? Me, yeah. We're going to pull this experiment, and after we leave, it's just going to be gone. Carolyn, so with that as an understanding, then these characters that we play, and as humans or even other beings on other planets, they're a part of this paradigm. What happens to those essences of, let's say, love and relationship and karma? Are those all like just disintegrated, just gone? Me. We are all one. We don't need any of that because we are one. You don't need love. You are. We are one. Carolyn, we are love. Me. We are everything. Carolyn, we are everything. So why such theatrics? Why like the Nephilim, the CABAL, and I'm sorry I have to spell this out because there's a lot of censorship going on right now in this game of ours. And even I'll go as far as Hitler. Why so extreme? Why do we have these extremes? I'll just say pizza fence. I believe you know what I'm talking about when I mention all these things. Why so extreme that we have to, they took over. They were ahead of us and they turned this fun game into too dark. We don't like it anymore. It's boring. Carolyn. So did the Nephilim turn that into darkness or the CABAL? I'm asking who did this. It's the people in the 14th dimension. Some are not in the 14th dimension. They're in the 9th dimension. Different teams chose to act from different dimensions below the 25th, well below the 25th. And some of them just took this too seriously and they went all out. They're really good. They're really good at playing and this is fun. They're great, but they created too much darkness and they started losing their way. They started getting too attached to this game they were doing, too much. Now they broke the balance. The balance is no longer there. Now this is not fun anymore. We don't want to play this game anymore. We want something more fun. Let me ask if we're going to have something more fun right away or if we're going back. And then I was laughing. Okay, there is another planet waiting that is beautiful. It's going to be just like Earth, but the way it was in the beginning. It's waiting for us. It's empty right now. Carolyn, and how will we as a species, as currently we're existing now, I understand we're part of the source and that but how do we transition as a whole planet to something more fun and more beautiful? I feel like we're just stopping this game. How do we move? Like we're moving our bodies? So we can, people like me who can be anywhere, we can go anywhere. We can materialize anywhere. Carolyn, yes, and you came into the body of Clea, but I leave her all the time. Carolyn, she speaks of not sleeping as a human and astral projecting all the time. Is this you? Yes, I leave her all the time. Carolyn, can we give her some rest? Laughing. Or is that not her purpose? Is this what her existence? She likes it. Carolyn, she likes the excitement, I think. Yeah, she's a good body, but it's not, I can go anywhere and the body doesn't really matter. All these bodies, I feel like the way we are moving to this new planet, we're going to stop the game and then we're just going to materialize. It's almost like we're going to materialize. It's almost like a teletransporter to the other planet, not dying. It's not like that. Some will die. Many will die. Many, many, many will die. Carolyn, can you explain why? Because we don't need the bodies anymore. Carolyn, but are there not essences in all of those bodies? Yeah, yes, the essences are gone. The essences can come back and take a break in 25th dimension anytime. But we're starting this new game right away. Carolyn gasps. We're going to this new planet right away. The new planet, oh my God, it's what we call heaven. It's gorgeous and pristine. And it's going to be a game of light there. We're not doing this game anymore. This game is blah. Carolyn, thank you for that. So, oh my, it's a lot for this human to wrap her head around. You do all right. Carolyn, thank you. You know you're flying all over the place. Carolyn, yes, I am, because you're so interesting. And actually, we're covering some of Clea's questions because you're so connected to her and you've been so gracious in answering these questions for us. No, Clea is a good body. She lets us do whatever we want and she never complains. She always follows. If she knows, she flows. It's a good body. This was a fun way to materialize ourselves. And I was laughing as I listened to the session again. I'd forgotten about this bit. Carolyn. So your purpose being here with Clea is to go back and forth to report on the 14th dimension. Or do you report really all the way back to the 25th? We know everything already. In the 25th, we see everything. We know. And so we pretend to split ourselves into teams in the 14th dimension and below. So we pretend to not know. That's why we embody. It's a separation. So we can pretend we don't know what the other guys on the other team are doing in those dimensions. The 9th dimension, the 14th dimension, we pretend. There are some people in the 5th dimension too. Carolyn, so does that explain the concept we have of splintering? Me, splintering. Carolyn, we as humans that are looking at the world and doing what they call awakening, there is me. I was laughing. Carolyn, so you have to explain that reaction, please. Me, still laughing. We don't need to awaken. We know all. Carolyn, we know all? Me, yes, this is fun. It's just a game that has not even lasted that long. Carolyn, so is that part of the game that some essences come in and they have like blocked their connection to source? Me, we pretend. We are just playing. Carolyn, we are just pretending? Me, yeah. Did you ever play a game where you were like so excited, you're like, and here I lowered my voice in a very conspirational tone. Okay, so the other team is doing this and that. Carolyn, yeah. Me, that's how we are. We're pretending. Even these humans, these planets, these aliens, we're all pretending. We're all like just having a grand time. Carolyn, so like the breakout room. Me, yes. Carolyn, you know, you mentioned you all regroup there and go, okay, this is what we're going to do. Me, yes. It's all for fun because we're bored. It's a long, long time where we are. Everything lasts forever and it's all dark. Carolyn, so is there a point in time, is there anything between the 25th and source? Me, no. We are not with source though. We are next to source. He gave us the space. He is, why is a he? Why a he? He's not a he. It's like he's an essence too. I say he, but it's not a he. It's an essence. He gave us this light and he gave us this space where we just float and he's next to us. Carolyn is next to us? Me, yes. Carolyn, he's around us. Me, he's not around us. We're around him. Carolyn, oh, me. It's like he's leaving us the space for us to just be. Carolyn, and explore? Me. He created us. No, he's letting us be. We're just in this nondescript space where we're just floating around and we can do whatever we want. He created us because that's what he does. And we can do whatever we want. And most of the time we do nothing. We just are. But every once in a while, we're like, let's try this. Carolyn, for curiosity, for fun. Me, yeah, for a break. That's what it is. Carolyn, in a break from every day, the normal, the endless. Me, from the endless. Carolyn, from the endless. Me, it is endless. And these little things that we do, these pretend plays, they're nothing. They're like a second. Carolyn, so in moving forward, is there anything that you feel like Clea needs to know from you? Me, gosh, she's so small. Laughter. That was very nice. Carolyn, say again. Me, she's so small. She knows she's pretending. Carolyn, she does. She absolutely does. That's what fascinates me about her, is that she's still connected to you, that she recognizes this is a play, and she definitely uses your words. She's so tired and bored with Earth that she would actually like to know, when are we going to get on with it? Me, yeah, we're getting on with it. This is over. It's already over. Carolyn, and do you have in our timeline, because we do go by time, is there a timeline for us that we can equate? Me, we gave it to her. Carolyn, can you tell us again? Me, it's 1 to 2 years. Carolyn, 1 to 2 years? Me. And she's moving. She's going to go to New Earth because she wants to see it. Carolyn. So she had a dream that she was actually invited to go to New Earth and that her daughter was not with her. And she's concerned about where her daughter will be during this time because her boyfriend was actually there as well. And he went instead of her. Is this dream valid? And I will say here that Carolyn misremembered what I told her about my dream. In my dream, we were going to a different planet. The spaceships with aliens were coming and taking people, some people, to different planets. So we wouldn't have to be here while the game is being taken down. And my daughter wasn't with me in the dream. So I said, no, I'm not going. But my boyfriend went, and they told me we're coming back in 2 years. This dream I had 3 days before this hypnosis session. That's why they're referring to it, saying we already gave her the timeline. And it was wonderful in the dream, actually, because we had our powers back after we came back here. And it wasn't just me. Many of us had powers back, like telepathy and some other superpowers. So it was a lot of fun. All right. And so, and the name that I'm giving to my boyfriend, just so we are clear as he moves forward, is Nadir. It's the same name I gave him in the book that I wrote. So Nadir was actually there in the dream, and he went instead of her. Is this dream valid? Me, Nadir, as if I'm trying to remember, because it's very hard from the 25th dimension to come back to, when they're speaking about the universal, to come back to the individual. They have to focus and hone in. Carolyn, like Nadir, me. Nadir is not going to New Earth. Carolyn is not going to New Earth. Me. Where is Nadir? He's having fun too. He is going. He's just playing. We're all playing. New Earth is just one of the many planets. So Nadir wants to go see something else. Carolyn, oh, so he won't go to New Earth. He'll go somewhere else. Me, it's just another planet. Carolyn, another planet. Me. And Clementina, this is the name I give to my daughter in my book as well. I don't know where Clementina wants to go, but she's going to go with Clea. She is, because Clea is going to take her with her. Clementina is just happy to hang out. Carolyn. So Clea definitely has the inkling that she's also a light being, and I know we are all. So she would like to know, what is Clea's purpose here on Earth? She feels like they're definitely, Clea believes she and Clementina are definitely connected. Is your purpose that they are here connected? Me. Clementina's purpose is not clear yet. Clementina will decide. It's not time yet. Carolyn, it's not time yet? Me, no. Clementina is going to go with Clea. She came in to be with her, but she's not clear on her purpose yet. She's just happy and cheerful and a source of joy in Clea's life. Okay, I think I will stop here for today. There's already a lot of information. And one thing I wanted to let you know is that keep an eye on the description box below, because not only I describe what happened in the session, how this came about, but also I'm going to soon add a link to the transcript, the written transcript of this session, just because it is so much information. It might be easier for some to just read it, and so that it makes more sense. So in case you're interested, that will be available as well. But my first order of business is to get all this session out, because I would like to also comment on some of the stuff. There are images that I was getting while I was under deep in hypnosis. There's other information that I've received since, and I want to get this out as soon as possible, because it is becoming very urgent that more and more of us realize what is going on, because 2022 is going to be a very exciting year. Lots of things are going to change for us, and I think this can help us. This kind of information can help us guide us through it. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.